station. We are now departing Main Street Station. We're on our way to New Orleans Square. Parents, please supervise your children. Make sure they are completely seated away from the train openings or on an adult's left. Once again, friends, our next stop is New Orleans Square Station. Please remain seated.
Welcome aboard the Disneyland Railroad.
Please remain seated. We should be departing shortly.
And Tomorrowland. We'll also visit the Grand Canyon and make a trip back in time to the primeval world and the age of the dinosaurs before returning to Main Street Station. As we begin our journey, remember that for a safe trip, you need to stay seated, keeping your hands, arms,
Alrighty, friends, please remain seated. Okay, now we're leaving. Sorry about that, folks. Please remain seated. Once again, our next stop is New Orleans Square Station.
Permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren y cuide a los pequeños. Gracias.
Our first stop is New Orleans Square Station. But to get there, we need to pass through the wilds of Adventureland. It may seem peaceful through here, but trust me, it's a real jungle out there. Literally. So be on the lookout. You just never know what might be lurking along the rails. Just ahead is New Orleans Square Station. This station also serves Frontierland and Critter Country. If you'll be leaving us here, please remain seated until the train comes to a complete stop. Then watch your step as you're getting off. For those of you continuing on with us, we'll be resuming our trip in just a moment. This is New Orleans Square Station. New Orleans Square.
Alrighty, friends, as we begin to pull into the station, please remain seated until we come to a full and complete stop. This is New Orleans Square Station, your stop for Adventureland, Frontierland, Critter Country, and your closest stop to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. Galaxy's Edge will be passing Splash Mountain over on the left-hand side. Once again, friends, please remain seated until the train comes to a full and complete stop, and welcome to the Bayou. Turning New Orleans Square, we're on our way to Mickey's Toontown Depot, your stop for all Fantasyland attractions. Please remain seated.
To those just joining us, welcome aboard the Disneyland Railroad. To ensure a safe ride, stay seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. And please watch your kids.
Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren y cuide a los pequeños.
A bit of a warning, folks. The closer we get to our next station, the louder the fireworks will be. So to those of you that are sensitive to loud noises or bright lights, please be warned. We will get closer to our launch site the closer we get to Toontown Depot, so it will be louder.
Speaking of critters, this place we're passing over is home to a whole bunch of them. Here in Critter Country, you can join Winnie the Pooh, Tigger, Brer Rabbit, and Brer Bear on their fun-filled adventures. As we steam past Hungry Bear Restaurant, the last outpost in these parts, we're now joining up with the rivers of America and entering the frontier as it looked more than a century and a half ago. This is my favorite part of the journey. Around every bend, there's natural beauty as far as the eye can see. There is the revered Indian shaman, sharing his stories with those in the Great River Valley below. People like you have been riding these rails since the 1800s, traveling through nature's wonderland in a matter of days, rather than the months it used to take by mule or stage. Steam power not only fueled these iron horses, but the dreams of a whole new generation as it moved west to the great frontier. Of course, some of them are pretty darn wild and downright unbelievable, like on Big Thunder Mountain, where I hear that mysterious spirits have grabbed hold of those mining trains and turned them into the wildest ride in the wilderness. This tunnel signals our transition from the frontier to another kind of ear, the ones you'll find on Mickey and Minnie Mouse. Our next stop is Toontown Depot, official train station for Mickey's Toontown, the cartoon home where Mickey, Minnie, and all their friends live. Toontown Depot is also the gateway to Fantasyland, where you'll find many of your favorite Disney animated characters and stories.
Please remain seated until the train comes to a full and complete stop. We're pulling into Mickey's Toontown Depot right now. This will be your stop for all Fantasyland attractions, including It's a Small World and Mickey's Toontown. Please remain seated until the train comes to a full and complete stop, and welcome to the Fantasyland area. To those of you that will be continuing on with us, please scissor paper, slide all the way over so we can accommodate as many guests as possible on this train. Thank you. To those of you that just joined us, welcome aboard. For your safety, please remain seated while the train is in motion. Parents, please supervise your children. Make sure they are completely seated away from the train openings or on an adult lap. Our next stop is Tomorrowland, but we will get there today.
Hello everyone! Thanks for joining us on the Disneyland Railroad. For a safe ride, remember to stay seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. And please watch your kids.
¿Qué tal, amigos? Y bienvenidos a bordo. Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren. Y cuide a los pequeños. Gracias.
As we leave Toontown Depot, we get a real nice view of the happiest land of them all, Fantasyland. You can see people stepping onto It's a Small World just below us. And, off in the distance, majestic Matterhorn Mountain. We're now steaming forward into the future to a land inspired by visions of tomorrow, both practical and imagined. Here you'll find rocket ships and star speeders, submarines and astroblasters, and, if you look overhead, maybe a glimpse of a Mark 7 monorail. This is the latest version of the first daily operating monorail system in the entire Western Hemisphere, gliding above Disneyland since 1959. Below the monorail, and us, are the fun-filled roadways of the Autopia. Drivers of all ages can get behind the wheel of these cars. No experience or license required. If you're into soaring spaceships or doing battle with evil empires and emperors, Tomorrowland is definitely the place for you. Speaking of which, we're pulling into Tomorrowland Station right now. If you're leaving us here, just stay seated until we come to a full stop. Gather your belongings, including lightsabers and astroblasters, and step carefully from the train. Thanks, and have fun in the future. For the rest of you, just sit tight. We'll be on our way again in just a minute.
As we make our way into the station, please remain seated until we come to a full and complete stop. This is Tomorrowland Station, your stop for Star Tours, Buzz Lightyear's Astroblasters, Autopia. Once again, please remain seated until the train comes to a full and complete stop. Thank you, and welcome to the future. To those of you that just joined us, welcome aboard. For your safety, please remain seated while the train is in motion. Parents, please supervise your children. Make sure they are completely sitting up. Please, no laying down on the train. You gotta be seated. Seated upright, please, with your feet towards the floor. Thank you. Our next stop will be Main Street Station, but before we get there, we will be traveling through the Grand Canyon and back in time to the primeval world. You guys are more than welcome to take pictures and videos. Just please no flash photography or video lighting of any kind. To those of you with light-up Mickey ears and lightsabers, bubble wands, or any other fun light-up toys or accessories, please be sure to power them down for the comfort and courtesy of those around you. Once again, friends, our next stop is Main Street Station. Please remain seated. Thank you.
To those who have just come aboard, welcome. The next leg of our journey will take us from the fantastic world of the future to the breathtaking beauty of nature's own design, the Grand Canyon. For your safety, stay seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. Watch your children and no flash photography.
Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren y cuide a los pequeños. Por favor, no tome fotografías con flash.
That was the Grand Canyon as we know it today. But it wasn't always this way. Now, let's travel back in time, way back in time, to the fantastic past of the primeval world, land of the dinosaurs. returning to our own time and to Main Street Station, gateway to Disneyland. If you're leaving us here, stay in your seat until we come to a full stop. Remember to gather all your personal belongings and step carefully from the train. I'd especially like to thank those of you who've been with me for the Grand Circle tour of Disneyland.
Alrighty friends, this is Main Street Station, your stop for the entrance to the park and all Main Street shops. Please remain seated until we come to a full stop. To my friends exiting here, if you have a stroller or wheelchair, please keep it folded until you reach the bottom of the exit stairs.